It's engine placement time. Time to get it off this engine stand and see how well it's going to tuck up in there. Let's get to it. To be able to move that engine, first we have to have a way to move it. And up until now, we've been using the tractor here, but we're in close quarters. We don't have a lot of room to move around. Tractor's not real precise, so we had to go buy a new tool. I was forced to go buy a new tool. Completely out of my control.
So you could get a push beam trolley for $100 and a 3-ton 120. So much stuff, honey. Ooh. I like the white ones.
You like it because it says Vulcan on it because you're from another planet.
No, that's not why. I mean, okay, that is cool. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think of that, but that is really cool. Because it's white. That's why I like it. Maybe I can talk him into getting one of these for him that I could use. That always works. How many times do you use this scaffolding?
Once.
How many times would you use a welder?
Once.
Once?
So what we got is a torn big red 2-ton folding engine hoist. Picked it up at TSC, one of the better deals that we found for the 2-ton. So we snagged it, and today we got to put that together first. So this thing weighs about, I don't know, hundreds of pounds. So I'm just going to leave it sitting just like this. Oh, look at that. Well, that's not dangerous at all. Let's see what we got. Whoa. Oh. Well, that piece fell out. Well, almost fell out. And there's the rest of it. That don't look good. Opened the first box, had all the wheels in it. Had a bag of bolts and nuts, and then it had all these just randomly loose in there. Luckily we had them all though, so I'm not real worried about that. Went to open the second box and it's the same thing. There's a wheel in it with 3 nuts and bolts on it. There's a wheel on it with 2 nuts and bolts on it. Then there's loose ones down in there. So again, everything was there, just kind of poor quality on not keeping it all together. First thing we're doing is putting on 3.5-inch casters, and for the life of me I couldn't figure out why these were slotted and these weren't, but then I realized can't get your hand way down in there to put screws on. So put this on, put these 2 bolts in first, then you can slide it down and fit your top ones in. Flat washer, lock washer, bolt. Flat washer, lock washer, nut. Now I can jam our 14mm wrench down in there, tighten everything up. Now some might ask, what's the big deal about getting an engine stand? Well, it's like any new toy a kid gets. And I've never had one before, and I'm pretty excited. And there's a lot of other applications we can use this on other than just for motors. Like lifting up the front of the car and being able to move it without the front end on it. Slide our leg in on the front and back. Guide plates in. Washers, nut. The same process here to install the other 3.5-inch wheels. Put the bottom ones in first, slide it down, put the 2 top ones in. Now we're going to connect the handle with a bolt and a locking washer. Tighten that down. Now we're getting to the fun stuff. Mount the arm. Bolt through there, like so. Washer and the nut on the bottom. And on this side. We can tighten those up. Time for supports. Then these go right on there. And that goes right back through there. Not tightening all this down yet. I will. I just want to make sure that it's all going to fit together. And then I'll go through and tighten all the bolts. We're going to take this top bolt out. And the top arm goes in. Just like so. Okay, now for the pump. Slide it in there. Put our bolt through. Washer and nut. And then we can bring our arm down. Put it into place. Got to pump it up a little bit. Like so. One last bolt. Pop that zip tie holding the arm in place. Pull it out. And then we can pick our position. We want our arm. We'll just set it at 2 for now. Nut and washer. One finishing touch. Slide our bar in. And that should be one completed engine stand. But for right now it's late and I'm going inside to go to bed. I'll see you back here in the morning. So time for Fun Fact Corner. Since my wife doesn't always appreciate all of my useless knowledge that I have floating in my head, I decided to share it with some of you. So today's fun fact is, even though there are 6 different colors of Fruit Loops, all of them are exactly the same flavor. You can put down in the comments if you already knew that, or if you actually went and tried it. Got to get all this useless knowledge out of my head so I can focus on more important stuff, like the car.
You sure you don't want me to go get the gator cake? Jackpot.
Whoa. Guess we should level that up some. That's better. And we'll see if we can muscle this thing in there. Okay, let's drop it down some. Looks like it is going to fit. That oil pan fits behind the cross member. There's the original engine mount. Right here's the bolts for the mount for this motor. I think it should be able to work. We'll have to raise it up some. Would still like to find a way to be able to reuse these. So I don't know if that can go down on there and work to give us the space we need or not, but we'll have to try. Probably got to get a different lifting point here because this is hitting against the cab of the car. This back chain is. But it's set down in there. Well worth the investment into the engine hoist that made it
Absolutely.
Made it a ton easier.
Because everything I said to do, you said was dangerous.
Everything else is dangerous. See down there, it clears that. Might be able to, it might go back a little bit further because brake lines run right across this cross member right here, and it ran on the back. And I had to take that bolt off to get that to fit, but I think it will. I don't think we'll have to change any of that stuff out.
Heading out to Dad's today and try to suck up with some gator cake. And I tell him we swapped out
Long's Gator Cakes.
some
To tell him that
Long's
we
Bakery gator cake.
tell him that we swapped his Ford engine with a Chevy engine.
Well, yeah.
I don't think we need to tell him. He says he watched the videos, but he has no idea what we're talking about.
Or Zach has ratted me out already because we like to get each other in trouble.
That dang Zach. He's going to get what's coming to him.
I'm trying to bribe them with donuts and gator cake. Not bribe them, just ease the pain, I guess, a little bit, right?
Yes.
But it's his fault. He likes souped up hot rods, so it's in the genes.
Yeah, he
And-
would have done the same thing if he could have.
And my grandfather, oh, he's done it. Don't let him fool you any.
Now that we know that it will fit down in there, and we don't have to change the oil pan to a front mounted, if they even have a front sump pump for those. I think they do. We can pull this back out, get it put back onto the engine stand, and then start buying parts and start putting it back together. So we apologize if there's a slight delay in getting this video out for those of you who are watching the videos or for following along the journey. We did have to take time this week to pay last respects to a family member that was lost. So we don't say that to get condolences or sorry for your losses. We say that so everybody will use that as an opportunity. Everything in life is an opportunity. This was an opportunity where the family was able to come together. People we hadn't seen in years and years was able to reconnect. Reach out to those that aren't close to you and make them close to you, because it's really hard when you're not able to do that anymore. So we encourage you to take that opportunity, reach out to somebody, tell them you love them, invite them over, go see them, whatever it needs to be.
Very well said.
So our mission for today was accomplished. Got our new toy, our new tool put together, utilized it for the first time, got the engine set down in the car, test fitted for the first time. That was causing me great stress and anxiety, but it is down. We know it'll go in there. Now we look for the transmission. Now we look to start fitting all the parts back on it. We have water pumps and injectors and alternators and brackets and clamps and hoses and gaskets and everything else that needs to go on it. Need to go through and get our parts list together, see exactly what we got. Got to spend some time up on the roof, try to fix some of those leaks. I wasn't allowed to go up there today because it was raining and she didn't want me to fall off the roof.
And it's very windy, it's slick.
I know. She's looking out for me, I get it, but I'm a guy. We just do stuff like that. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. We appreciate you joining. That's all I say.
I'm just grateful someone even watches us.
Well, that is going to do it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. We appreciate everybody. God, that's still not what I want to say.
And then when I ask me, I'd be like, why do you watch us? That's just me, though. Well, with everything that's going on in the world, thank you for watching our show. God bless you. And thank you to those that serve and who have served. And those rest in peace.
Very nice. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Man, that is so much easier with the right tools.